Good morning, girls. Hope everyone is well and safe at home. Girls, last time we have discussed first chapter. Now we are going to start with chapter number 2. And the previous chapter in which we have discussed the different topics, you have to do the question on all the topics which we have covered up before, and no thing should be left pending, and you have to do your written work as well as do the learning on the daily basis. Now we are going to start with chapter number 2, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan and Aligarh movement. Now first of all, we will look into the condition of Muslims after the War of Independence 1857. Now girls, before starting this topic, the condition of Muslims after the War of Independence, we must be clear about the war, who took part in it. Basically Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, they all took part in the War of Independence, but after the war was over, they put all the blames on the Muslims, and they took advantage of it, and they showed whole of their loyalty, whole of their kindness to the Britishers, that we are more loyal than Muslims. And in spite of the fact that we had fought with the Muslims, but we are on the right side. So after the war was over, they put blame on the Muslims, and they had given so much hard time to the Muslims, in which you would see that they were dismissed from the government jobs. The Muslims, they were dismissed from the government jobs. They had no place, in spite of the fact that they were eligible for those jobs, but they were not given any type of space in the government institutions. They were ejected from their agricultural land. Their agricultural lands, they were confiscated, and the landowners changed to tenant cultivators. Then there was educational backwardness, in spite of the fact that Muslims, they were fond of getting the education, but they had no place at all. Then there was replacement of Persian by English as an official language at that time. Now come to the topic. Although Muslims, Hindus and Sikhs, they have participated in the War of Independence, but Hindus succeeded in realizing the British that Hindus, they were loyal, they were only their loyal and friends, means all of their sympathies, they are with the British government. On the other hand, Muslims were established rebels. Rebels means fight against or reset against the British. Therefore, the British government was struggling to damage the Muslims so that they could not revive their status. Revive means get back or bring back their status, because they were given so hard time, because the Hindus, they were trying to make their position clear in front of the British government. So the Muslims, they were established the rebels against the British, and the British government, it was struggling, it was trying to damage the Muslims so they could not get back their status again. The native people were defeated in the War of Independence due to their disunity and superior technology and modern knowledge of the British. What happened with the native people, with the local people? They were defeated. Why were they defeated in the War of Independence? There were three factors. The first one was disunity, means they had no unity at all. There was superior technology at that very time, which they could not fight, and the modern technology of the British. After the war, the British were revengeful against the natives. Revengeful means they were eager for revenge. They were eager to get revenge from the natives. They declared the last Mughal king. Who was the last Mughal king? Bahadur Shah Zafar, as rebel. Who is rebel? A person who fight against, and put him in prison in exile. Means he was he was dismissed from his duties and was put back behind the bars. It was a sort of a place where no one could go and visit him. In this way, Mughal Empire came to an end, and both of the Muslim groups, there were two Muslim groups. The first one was anti-British and the second one was pro-British. Anti-British is the group who oppose British, and pro-British is the group which is in favor of British. who participated in the 1857 war had aimed to get rid of the British rule. So both of these were respected in the movement of independence. Clear? Now come to the next page. Despite the fact that British had destroyed the Muslims and had brought the major portion of the Indians under their control, yet they were afraid of the Muslims. They considered Muslims as the permanent threat to their government. Therefore, they tried to spoil the Muslim position in all the fields. In which fields? In the field of education, social, economic and political field. Now we will look into the brief description of the Muslim conditions after the War of Independence 1857, and it is as I have given you in the outline regarding this topic. The first one is no government job for the Muslims, means the Muslims, they were dismissed from the government jobs, and the new jobs which were announced, it was not for the Muslim in spite of the fact that they were eligible for those jobs. They had that much qualification, but they preferred the Hindus to fulfill those requirements and to fill up those vacancies. Up to the end of the 19th century, the British government took every step against Muslims. Muslims were not offered civil services, and serving Muslims were compelled to leave the service. Means they were forced to leave the service. They were expelled from the service. In every advertisement for the service, there was a condition that Muslims could not apply or Muslims were not eligible for the post. So all the civil services, they were offered to whom? They were offered to Hindus. The main purpose of this act was to deprive the Muslims of and boost up the Hindus. The basic purpose was to boost up the Hindus and to demoralize, to deprive the Muslim from all the basic facilities. The British government suppressed the Muslims in every field so that they might not compete Hindus. After the War of Independence, the British and the Hindus left no stone unturned to undermine the Muslims, means to degrade the Muslims and to demoralize the Muslim in the field of education, social, economic and political field. Now come to the next heading, ejectment of Muslims from agriculture land. Means the Muslims who were the owners of the agriculture land, who were the landlords over there, they were turned to tenant cultivator. Besides government service, agriculture was another source of income of Muslims for the last many centuries. Most of the Muslims used to work on agriculture land, but British government ejected the Muslims from land and confiscated. Confiscated means snatched those lands, and in this way landlords and farm workers both became victims. Victims means they were killed or made to suffer of which thing? Of adversity, means they were going to put in the trouble. They imposed a lot of new taxes, and the taxes which were waived off, means which the people they were going to waive off, they were free from paying those taxes. They were again levied. Levied means charged, imposed and collected, means again they had to pay those taxes and again those taxes were collected. Resultantly, Muslims fell into worst economic condition. Now you can see the superlative degree of bad used over here. Bad, worse, worst, means the superlative degree worst is going to tell us that they fell into worst economic condition. Clear? Now I will stop my lesson till here, and you will do this in the written form. The condition of Muslims after the War of Independence. What was the condition of Muslims after the War of Independence? In which you have to write these 3 paragraphs and these 2 points. It's a long question, so you have 2 days to complete and side by side do the learning of this topic. Thank you girls, and take care. Allah Hafiz.